Happening now, the latest in results that show Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine is safe and effective in adolescents. Plus, Jamestown moves one step closer to having speed zone school cameras installed.
Well, it's a lot more warmer and humid today. We'll see a couple scattered showers through the afternoon. Then tomorrow, better chance for stronger storms. We'll time it out next as the news at noon starts now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Moderna says its COVID-19 vaccine appears to work in teenagers. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. The company's vaccine is being tested for its effectiveness in adolescents. Under Phase 2, more than 3,700 children between the ages of 12 and 17 were studied. Moderna says blood tests shows its vaccine produced an immune response equal to earlier findings in adults. None of the vaccinated children got sick with COVID-19 2 weeks after their second dose, while 4 children who received the placebo did test positive. According to Moderna, the results are, quote, consistent with a vaccine efficiency of 100%. The company plans to ask the FDA to authorize its vaccines for 12-year-olds and teenagers in early June. It's already authorized for people 18 and up. Well, officials from the city of Jamestown moved one step closer to implementing school zone speed cameras last night. The Jamestown City Council unanimously approved a resolution allowing Jamestown Mayor Eddie Sundquist to request home rule legislation from Assemblyman Andy Goodell and State Senator George Borrello. According to the resolution, the move was required for pre-approved cameras to be implemented. In early 2020, the council passed a resolution adopting a school bus passing violation demonstration. In addition, the council approved an agreement between Sundquist and Census Gasto to provide school speed zone cameras to the city. Officials say there is no cost to implement the cameras, that only school safety would improve. Well, come for the funny and stay for the eats. That's the proposed tagline, part of a rebranding campaign for the city of Jamestown that aims to bring tourism back to the area. Our Mario Cosentino previews what the new marketing could entail.
Jamestown's biggest draw is the National Comedy Center, which has done a fantastic job of gaining brand recognition and building brand equity since it opened in 2018.
That's Julia Malloy, who is part of Block Club, the agency who pitched their ideas for Jamestown rebranding during a meeting of the Jamestown Local Development Corporation last week. The branding team made the decision to center the campaign around the idea that Jamestown is comedy's hometown, since it is the birthplace of comedy legend Lucille Ball and now home to the National Comedy Center. The challenge, Malloy says, is convincing people who visit the National Comedy Center to extend their stay so they can experience all the other things Jamestown has to offer.
In any given ad or campaign application, this blank is customized to a specific identity or characteristic of the city that we choose to promote. So think local businesses like restaurants or breweries, outdoor activities like the Riverwalk or skiing in nearby Ellicottville.
That agency's co-founder, Patrick Finnan, says that they tried to make the individual aspects of the campaign unique, colorful, and vibrant, much like the culture of Jamestown itself.
We really wanted something that was stand out, that was like really fun, that would be memorable, that played into some of the assets Jamestown has.
For WNY News Now, I'm Mario Cosentino.
Mario, thank you. Also part of the branding effort is community involvement, where residents can help nominate which businesses will be featured individually as well. Well, leaders in Jamestown are stepping up the fight against zombie properties, which have become a growing problem for various neighborhoods citywide. Through funding available from the New York State Attorney General's office, the city has been working on taking ownership of these properties to court in order to clean up blight. As of now, 12 properties will be acquired through a legal process called 19A and 7 through what is known as a zombie lawsuit. In the end, the city's director of development hopes to get the properties in the hands of prospective homeowners.
we often see some of these properties tend to be more rental. So, creating that home ownership and giving opportunities for home ownership is kind of the end goal.
The city will also allocate funding to help potential homeowners rehab a home rather than have them demolished. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now as we get a check of some local news headlines this afternoon. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below, as we always love to hear from you. It's good to see Ed, good to see Sandy, Linda, Joseph, and Melissa as well. Hopefully you all are having a great Tuesday afternoon, and it's certainly a toasty one out there. I just got back from that press conference a little while ago, Dakota, and definitely making you sweat if you're out there in the sunshine.
Yes, it is. And it's not so much the fact that so far the temperatures aren't too warm right now. It's that gosh darn humidity that we're dealing with today. Live look over Salamanca shows you the kind of milky white skies out there. 75, but look at that dew point, 65. And again, when the dew point temperature reaches the 60s, that's when you start feeling that humid air once again. So here's the satellite and radar. Nothing in the way of rain right now, but you do notice some of the cloud cover moving our way, kind of west to, it's been a long day in the weather office already. We have been very busy, but west to east today, you can see that right there. So the chance of rain really over the next 5 days, it's up, down, up, down, up, down, and better chance of rain tomorrow and also on Friday, but also on Friday it turns much cooler as well. 74 was the high yesterday, started the day at 61, 90 and 28 are the record highs and lows for this day. So through the afternoon, mostly cloudy, chance for scattered afternoon showers and storms. The best chance for any stronger storms is going to be further out to the east in the eastern southern tier. Muggy day, 76 to 87 today with a southwest wind averaging 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now we'll time out the rain chances today, plus a better chance for stronger to severe storms tomorrow. We'll time it out with that 7-day later in the show. Justin?
All right, Dakota, that forecast for all of you, just about 10 minutes time. Thank you, Dakota. New York State has pulled back their mask mandate for kids as young as 2 years old in daycare and camp settings. As New York State Capitol correspondent Karina Capabianca explains, this after some pushback from parents.
We were incredibly disappointed and shocked when we got the guidelines last Wednesday that our children, after 14 months of being unmasked, are required now to be masked.
That's what one daycare owner had to say about the stricter change that was made as other COVID precautions loosen up. Parents say it can be quite the challenge to get toddlers to mask up.
2- and 3-year-olds are still wearing diapers. How are they expected to keep a mask on?
There's also concerns among providers about speech development.
We have students that they're concerned about developing stutters or other concerns that would potentially have longer term effects on them.
Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have spoken out against the policy. Democrat Senator Michelle Hinchey says the Department of Health needs to act immediately to reverse its new and unreasonable requirement.
If this was the scientific smart thing, where was this guidance? How come it hasn't been in place for the better part of the last year?
In Albany, Karina Capabianca.
Karina, thank you. New York State Senator George Borrello, who spoke with us last week, called the mask mandate for kids madness, saying the governor talks about following the science. However, the only science he's following is Cuomo science and political science. Well, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo believes that all schools statewide should be open this September. The governor spoke during a press conference yesterday, explaining that unless there's a dramatic change in the trajectory of COVID-19 data, students need to get back to the classroom. While the governor says schools are set to open for full in-person learning in September, it was not immediately clear whether parents would have the ability to opt their child out of that learning. Currently, state rules require districts to implement policies for individuals who may not feel comfortable to return to an in-person educational environment. The state's guidance for school districts during the 2021-22 school year has not been released, the governor explaining that the state would be setting a statewide policy soon.
We have to get back to school. On the current trajectory, there is no reason why we can't open schools statewide in September. And it will be, I believe, all across the state.
Now, superintendents statewide hope to have their reopening guidance by June 4th in order to properly prepare for the fall semester. Coming up, the continued feedback about a group looking to build a plan to manage Chautauqua Lake. And later, Dakota is back with a look at the potential for some severe thunderstorms this week. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues on this hot and steamy Tuesday afternoon.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Honest John's has what you're looking for. When you want it good, we're gonna give you lots more.
From freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has what you're looking for. And now 2 great locations, East 2nd Street and Fairmount Avenue. Order takeout or delivery today online at honestjohns.pizza.
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
Have the best summer ever with endless adventures at Girl Scout Summer Camp. Financial aid available, open to all girls. For more information, call or go to gswny.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
The group tasked with looking at creating a Chautauqua Lake district is still receiving a good amount of public feedback following a public survey last month. The Chautauqua Lake Partnership and Rehabilitation Agency updated the Community Planning Department during their May meeting. Now, the committee discussed its wide array of feedback from a survey that found a majority of residents living along the lake favor creating a lake management district to combat issues like the harmful algae blooms. The committee's chairman, Pierre Chagnon, believes the public is misunderstanding the group's role in the process. He explains the agency is simply an advisory committee to the county legislature and has no authority to create anything other than a recommendation to that lawmaking body.
The county legislature then has the responsibility under the state statute to consider the recommendation, reject it as an option, or to continue to pursue it, which would involve public hearings and deliberation.
The survey, the committee says, was simply to get a feel from the community about the idea, not necessarily a community-wide recommendation for its creation. Many of the public comments that the group got indicated not everybody in the community had their opinion recorded in that survey. The group is now looking into the scope of work involved in creating a lake district, which county lawmakers would have to approve before any action is taken. Well, today marks 1 year since George Floyd was killed at the hands of police. His family will join President Joe Biden at the White House in honor of the solemn anniversary. Also today, lawmakers self-imposed deadline to come up with a police reform bill in Washington. But as Britt Conway reports, that bill is still a work in progress.
Remembering George Floyd. 1 year ago today, he was killed outside of this convenience store.
I'm not a bad guy, man. In the car. I'm not a bad guy.
As he was being arrested by Minneapolis police officers, including former officer Derek Chauvin.
Find the defendant guilty.
Now convicted. Floyd's death sparked protests around the country, with calls for change and a push to create new national policing standards.
By the first anniversary of George Floyd's death.
But that's not going to happen in time for Biden's deadline. The George Floyd Justice and Policing Act passed the House last year, but it's still being negotiated in the Senate.
We're making good progress, hopeful progress, but we still have a lot of work to do.
Key negotiators, Senator Cory Booker, Senator Tim Scott, and Representative Karen Bass released a rare joint statement saying, quote, "We are still working through our differences on key issues." Those key issues include determining the standard for charging police officers with crimes and changing the policy of qualified immunity so police officers can be sued in civil court. Democrats say it's about accountability, but Republicans worry eliminating protections could disincentivize police. Still, both sides say they're optimistic, closer to a deal. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Britt, thank you. Well, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the Democratic-led Congress is not going to sweep January 6th attack on the Capitol under the rug. He says the American people will soon see where every Congress member stands, either on the side of the truth or on the side of Donald Trump's big lie. Schumer reiterated that the Senate will vote on the January 6th commission very soon.
The Senate will soon consider bipartisan legislation passed by the House to create an independent commission to investigate and report on the January 6th attack on the Capitol. I've already taken procedural steps to make the legislation available for consideration on the Senate floor. I will bring the bill forward for a vote very soon.
Now, the Senate Republican whip made clear there's likely no path forward for the House-passed January 6th commission legislation in its current form, telling reporters that there are several key issues like the composition of staffing that would need to be addressed in order to get additional GOP support for that group. He also says there's real concern from some about the commission's investigation dragging on indefinitely. A group dedicated to honoring veterans in the Jamestown area is getting ready to start their effort to place flags on veteran graves at Lakeview Cemetery. The United Veterans Council of Jamestown will take part in this annual tradition at Soldiers Circle this Thursday starting at 4 o'clock. They say anyone from the community is welcome to help out. However, they must observe all current mask and social distancing suggestions. Volunteers who are not able to attend the event on Thursday but still want to assist are able to pick up American flags at the cemetery's main office. Staff will then direct them to the place where flags can be displayed outside of Thursday's hour. Certainly amazing to see the community come together once again in this annual effort to honor some of the brave men and women who served our community. We thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in the comments down below, as we always love to hear from you. It's great to see from Doug, good to see Pam and Scott as well. Hopefully you all are having a great day. We appreciate you tuning in. Well, now let's get to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's a pretty busy bee for us in the First Defense Weather Center, tracking some severe weather that is expected to come our way a little bit later on this week, Dakota.
Yes, and there's actually 2 windows for some stronger storms this afternoon and tomorrow. Let's go in there and take a look at it. And first of all, wanted to show you where the temperatures are heading over the next 5 days. We have 2 tickets to a ride on the roller coaster. Look at where the temperatures are going. 84 today, 80 tomorrow, and then woo, right down we go. 57 on Friday. That's a cooler, refreshing air mass, by the way. That's out ahead of the cold front that moves our way Wednesday. And that, along with early sunshine, could be the 2 fuel sources we need for thunderstorm development tomorrow. Right now, no rain downtown, just got some clouds around. 75 as a noon hour right now, but the big key is the humidity. 74%, that means a dew point at 66. So when the dew point is above 60, that's when you start to feel the moisture in the air, that humid air. It feels more like 76 out there, although it's feeling a lot more warmer than that, though, when you step outside because of the high amounts of humidity that are in the air. All right, so let's talk about basically the elephant in the room, which is the severe weather potential today and tomorrow. So the SPC has introduced a low-end margin marginal risk. That's a level 1 out of 5 for basically the eastern southern tier from basically Cattaraugus County eastward. It also does include portions of Warren County. The severe threat today is rather minimal. I'm not too concerned about today. What I am concerned about is tomorrow. This is the outlook for tomorrow, and you notice the whole map is colored in yellow. That is a slight risk, a level 2 out of 5. This is the standard risk that is issued by the Storm Prediction Center, and this is mainly for tomorrow afternoon because of the early sunshine and the potential early sunshine, and then a cold front passage moving our way could bring us the chance for some stronger storms in the afternoon. And the main threat here for tomorrow, the same thing we told you yesterday, is mainly looking to be damaging wind gusts, but also some hail could be possible in here. The tornado threat is relatively low. It's not zero, but it's relatively low. So I don't think we'll have to worry about that too much, but we will have to keep our eyes for some stronger wind gusts along with some large hail at times. First Defense Doppler radar showing us clear scans once again so far, but that will change as we see some showers blossoming through the afternoon. There's the cold front right there. You can actually pick it out where all the showers and thunderstorms are blossoming. That's going to be moving through tomorrow, and that will usher in cooler air behind it. So here's the newest run of future scan. Shows you the idea of these thunderstorms popping up in the afternoon, and these pop up because of the humidity. These are ultimately going to be popping up, and you'll see the better chance for them further out to the east. Now, if you're near the Lake Erie shoreline, you likely will stay dry because of a southwest wind today creating a lake breeze, so you'll likely be protected there. It's going to be further inland where you're going to see the better chance for showers and storms. They go away tonight, partly to mostly cloudy tonight. Notice how Future Scan tries to bring in some sunshine early tomorrow, and the same thing we tell you all the time, sunshine is not a good thing because that fuels thunderstorm development, and you'll see the thunderstorms starting to pop once again. They actually may form into a line tomorrow as the cold front moves through. And then finally, after the cold front passage, we turn much cooler and less humid as well. And you'll see that in the 7-day in just a second. So here's the zone forecast for the inland areas today. Look at this, mid to upper 80s in some spots today. Warmer and humid with a passing shower, possibly rumble of thunder later in the day. Got Wednesday highlighted in red for you just to let you know for that severe potential. 67 on Thursday, cooler sunshine. A raw, cool day coming up on Friday. We need it for the rain, 57. Memorial Day right now looking mainly dry with temperatures in the lower 70s. We'll take a break and be right back.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Slow down. Slow down and move over. Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights. Vests.
please give us some room.
Slow down. Slow down and move over. When you need help,
It's our job
to help you.
to save you.
Despite the danger.
This danger.
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
move over.
It's not just what we say, it's what we do.
Local first. It isn't just our slogan. It's our mindset every single day. So whether you're watching our daily live streams or staying up to date with reports on our website and mobile app, you'll always see the same attention to detail from reporters who passionately care about our community, who have one goal in mind, to always put the facts first.
For me, it's more than just getting the forecast right. What I love the most about my job is that I come into work every day to help break down the weather, letting people know how this is going to impact their day. We take pride that First Defense Weather is the only local weather team in the southern tier. We don't just copy and paste our weather from outside sources. Every part of our forecast is handmade right here in-house, something our team really takes pride in.
What matters to you matters to us. Every story, every day. WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
I'm a survivor.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. Finally here today, the online streaming entertainment market is getting a bit more crowded. Warner Media is merging with Discovery to create a new company. And now Amazon is reportedly in talks to buy a film studio to possibly pour more content into its existing Prime Video streaming service. So what does this all mean for you and me? Mary Maloney with a closer look at today's Consumer Watch.
The streaming war is already packed full of competing companies, and now new competitors are joining the battle for viewers.
If you understand your consumer and you have the money to spend, you can produce a lot more content for them to keep them much more engaged and much more happy.
Last week, AT&T announcing a deal that spins off Warner Media, which is the parent company of CNN, and would combine it with Discovery in a new standalone company. Discovery CEO says the move has the potential to create a media powerhouse, one that's not just capable of competing with Netflix and Disney, but could alter the streaming wars as we know it.
Content at Warner that people would pay for before they'd pay for dinner, like Superman and Batman and Game of Thrones. And you put that together with all of the local content that we have in the market and the relationships that we have, I think it gives us a big advantage in going global.
And now Amazon is possibly upping its Prime Video arsenal. The tech giant is reportedly in talks to buy film studio MGM. Media experts say MGM's films and TV projects could easily find a home on Amazon's Prime Video.
I think the internet is a much more favorable medium for consumers who are saying, I like X, how do I find X?
And while consumers gain content options, experts say the biggest win is that you can watch whatever you want, whenever you want.
That's a better viewing experience, both in terms of content, because I'm looking for something very specific and they're giving it to me in a linear format, but it's also less interrupted by ads.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
All right, Mary, thank you. Very interesting. Amazon did not immediately respond to a request for comment, and MGM couldn't be reached either. They were probably too busy watching some of this new content. Very interesting. I think we're kind of part of this streaming war, right? Everybody's streaming everything. I stream my TV. I know, Dakota, you were one of the first people I know who completely cut the cord and went to streaming.
Yeah, we had DirecTV. Not DirecTV Now, but DirecTV, the satellite dish.
I ironically moved to DirecTV Now, and then they rebranded it.
To AT&T TV.
Yeah,
but we had the satellite service, and then we had that for about a year or two because we lived in Buffalo, we just carried it over. But it just got to be too much.
Yeah.
So we decided, because we always had a Roku in our house, we just decided, well, we'll buy a new Roku because the one we had was pretty old, and we'll just go to Sling TV. And we'll get some of the add-ons, CBS All Access, which is now Paramount Plus, and some of the other things. And we've been all streaming since 2018.
And the thing with streaming is, a lot of people, it's still a finite thing because you subscribe to cable package. Say you pay $150 a month or whatever. I think it's more in some cases now. They have these promo for you, and then it goes up. But you could have Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Disney Plus.
And it can add up.
Yeah, it's expensive.
And you see, that's becoming the problem. And I don't want to talk too long about this, but because I could really get on a rant about this. But the problem is streaming. I have a very bad feeling streaming is going to go the same way cable did. It's just going to be too expensive because everybody wants a piece of the pie. It's all about money. It's like, NBC doesn't want their shows on Netflix because they have Peacock, and then CBS doesn't want their shows on here because they have Paramount, and ABC and all this stuff. It is just ridiculous.
They fight over who gets to stream
what. It's money
what.
is what it is. And
you know what the good thing about all this is, though? People who cut the cord, they're afraid they're going to lose their local news, right? You're 247. Well, guess what? We're free. And you can stream us always for free, anywhere. Follow us on YouTube. Download the WNY News Now mobile app, and, of course, our website. So I had to get that in there.
Sure.
One thing that we're going to try to get in the last few seconds, a lot of people looking towards the sky over the next couple of days.
Yes, so once again, there is a slight risk. That's a level 2 out of 5 for severe weather tomorrow. And that's basically all of Western New York and Northwestern Pennsylvania. That's for tomorrow afternoon. And the storm impacts tomorrow mainly are going to be strong, damaging winds, but some large hail could be thrown in there as well. I don't expect a tornado issue, but Justin, when it comes to thunderstorms, you
expect the
unexpected.
Woo!
Yes. We'll be here tomorrow keeping our eyes on it.
Drilled into my brain, Dakota. Thank you.
You're
That's
welcome.
it for us today. Of course, we're back here tomorrow at noon unless news breaks in the meantime. We'll see you then.